Hey everyone, my name is George Gardner, and this is my final project for Business 370, part of our semester-long project to create an internet business. And what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be going over kind of the assignments that we've done up to this point, kind of a brief recap. I'm going to show my final product, my website, my MVP of my original idea, and demo it and go over the features and how I built it and how I used the concepts in the class to create it. So, what was my original idea? And my whole idea is based on this, and so is my website. I didn't change the idea. My original idea was called Runaround, and it was an idea for an app for San Francisco runners, people that live in San Francisco and run in San Francisco, to keep them safe. That's the main feature. Safe from physically, from traffic, violent crime, hazards, and any other danger that poses that. So it would utilize AI and utilize that data to create routes that keep runners on just safe streets and away from any danger. The AI would generate those routes. Unfortunately, that's unfeasible based on this semester-long project and doing it all for free or very, very little cost. Um, so I ended up dialing it back, and there was also other features as well as a social media component to communicate with other runners, uh, a gamified component. So it was quite lofty. Unfortunately, I had to dial it back to an MVP. So my website, which I created, and we were supposed to create a website, I built it in Framer, and I came up with one thing really to focus on. My main focus was on crime, violent crime, and keeping runners safe from violent crime. And how did I come up with that? Well, it was based on my UX research and my surveys I conducted in interviews with actual runners and what their main concerns are and their main pain points. And their main problem is all of them that live in San Francisco and run in San Francisco, their main concern is violent crime and their own safety. And a lot of them tend to run on the same block or go to tracks or run the same route they typically do. They don't explore our wonderful city. And that's really very sad out of fear that they're not on a safe street. And I thought, wow, we really need to have something that avoids those dangerous streets and is based on data. And so that's my MVP, is I focused on just violent crime from the SFPD uh, open data uh, and utilizing just that. It's from 2023 to present to generate those safe routes that avoid those violent streets. So just that, no, nothing else, no traffic or anything. So uh, I also added an embed of, because I did think hazards were important. I added another page that embedded a already existing web page called Citizen SF. It is a hazard update page that shows any breaking news, any hazards, fires, down trees, whatever, uh, that alerts you. So people can take a look at that before they run. So I just put that there for convenience. I have blog articles that were AI generated based on my prompts, based on my target user. Uh, I have an imaginary runaround product store for products uh, that don't exist, that are imaginary. I have a contact page that works, an about us page, and a sign up page. All the forms work, and I will be going over that shortly. So, our original goal for the app was, and it's still a goal, part of the SMART goals, partner with at least 5 local coffee shops and running groups. That's still a goal. And specifically the Marina Run Club. I am a member of that. I would love to partner with them and get this website now exposed to them and have more active users. And originally our goal was $1,000 in first year ad revenue, premium subscription. We were going to do a freemium model. Now with the website, although it's just an MVP, that is going to be for free. Ad revenue is what we're going to be using to generate money. So for industry research, what did I use to determine that this was a good and worthwhile idea to produce? So, various data show this is a very good idea. First and foremost, a 2023 Strava report showed that 60% of runners in urban areas worry about their safety. San Francisco, very low crime compared to other cities, but still is a city, and still we do have to worry about that, unfortunately. Uh, I did tweak my target user. I originally thought it was all people, but it's primarily those identify as women that is the target user. 92% of women surveyed said they felt concerned about their safety on runs, with 51% afraid of being physically attacked. This is a startling statistic and shows that there's quite a need for this. 808,000 people is the population of San Francisco, and 20 to 25% of residents of San Francisco engage in regular running. That's a tremendous amount of people. That's potentially 200,000, give or take. Uh, and the fitness app, the global running app market size by 2032 is expected to be $3.8 billion dollars. So eventually, our goal is to create the Runaround app. But right now, we have the website. That's our MVP. So this is why this is a worthwhile endeavor. Uh, so, um, who are some of our direct and indirect competitors? Well, our direct competitors I originally thought would be Strava, Nike Run Club, etc., running apps, but it's actually Red Zone, Citizen, and Spot Crime. These are crime maps that detail where violent crimes have occurred, and so that you can avoid them. Those are our primary competitors. Our indirect competitors would be Strava, Nike Run Club, etc. Strategic partnerships are with coffee shops again, run clubs. Um, so monetization, again, originally we were going to do a freemium for the app, and hopefully in the future we will do that as well. Planned expenses were data APIs, AI, and other technological needs. Uh, Very expensive. We're doing all of this basically for free, our MVP on our website. So all that, unfortunately, was not able to be accomplished. Uh, so from my UX research, the goal again was to understand my target user. I wanted to know how the problem of crime in SF impacts people's running, what people's needs are, their pain points, how to design my website to best suit their needs after I decided that my website was going to be my MVP. Uh, See how worried everybody was about crime, see if there's a need for it, and how I can best help them. So, some of the questions I asked in the survey is on a scale of 1 to 10, how concerned are you about crime? Where do you usually run? Do you stick to the same boring routes because they feel safe? Do you avoid running your city and exploring out of fear of crime? So, the data we got back was really interesting. Uh, Very much uh, on a scale of 1 to 10, most people, it was at least a 7 about how concerned they are about crime when running in San Francisco. And most people usually run in their neighborhood, and they do that out of fear of crime. So this was quite a uh, interesting point and very important point. And these were all runners that were surveyed. So, also did interviews from people that are at USF that are runners, got very similar feedback that this is a very good idea that they would all use. Our user persona, our target user is still my original user, which is Stephanie. She's 35. She's a woman. She lives in San Francisco, works for Salesforce, active runner, concerned about her safety, runs the same boring routes, and she wants an app that's easy to use and keeps her on safe paths, period. So, digital marketing campaign, we're going to do an Instagram, YouTube, TikTok campaign, produce interesting content, engaging content that shows uh, how you can use our app and our website to benefit you. And we are going to also have Hootsuite involved. We are going to earn trust and build our brand. That's our main goal and build a community of safe runners, get it trending, use hashtags, use SEO. Uh, Here's some examples of our social media marketing. Here is an Instagram post, run around, run happy, run safe with a link to download our app. And we'll now pivot to our website. Uh, so Search engine optimization, the goal was to get added to Google's index. Do that by using keywords such as running, safety, low crime, add links to other web pages on websites, backlinks and whatnot, good titles, high quality content, well written text and grammar. Uh, I did run all that through AI, so I made sure it was all uh, well spelled and all proper grammar. Uh, so Yes, now let's go on to the demo of my website. This is my final product, and I will be demonstrating now my official website. So this is the Runaround website. Now, there are quite a few pages starting on the home page. This is an introduction page. I use very nice professional text, fonts, different colors, wanted to create a nighttime aesthetic, a very sophisticated vibe. I used high quality AI generated images. I showed the simplicity of using our app, the different steps, enter route, AI analyzes, and then you run safe. Couldn't be simpler. Our runners loved it, used very positive phrases. I used fictitious data and quotes from target users that we would have. Uh, my next page, and all the links work, my next page is the hazard embed. It is a real embed from Citizen SF that people can check. It's a feed. It shows relevant up to the minute dangerous incidents that are currently or recently have occurred in SF. They can check this before they go for a run and make sure that they are safe. So these are all up to the minute. There's also a feature that links directly to my email address. You can put in your name and your email and report a hazard for your fellow runners. And eventually we will integrate that into our own map that we will have for the app eventually that will categorize up to the minute hazards that are occurring in San Francisco. You can submit the report. You can, and it works so we can say fire, submit report, and it will submit the report to my email. I used which is contact@runaround.com. Okay, the next feature that I will go and eventually I will do the safe route at the end. So sign up. You can sign up. Again, join Runaround, create an account. It's fast and secure. I use nice AI generated images. This does work. You can input your name and it goes again to my Runaround email. And so now we also have a blog, running safety blog, stay safe and informed on every run, expert tips. So these are runaround stories. These are all generated by AI based on prompts that I put in based on our target users, how they love our app and what it would look like. So that's what I did. That's an AI embed. Uh, this is our shop. Again, what our shop would look like, various prices, various ideas uh, for products, hazard alert earbuds. Here is our About Us page. Our mission is to make running safer for everyone. About Runaround. Hi, I'm George Gardner. So this mentions a little bit about me and my story. Try our safe route generator. Pictures of my running endeavors. Yes. So now I would like to go to the main part of our demonstration today. And the main part is our safe route generator, which does in fact work. It's a minimum viable product. And you might be wondering, how did I create this and what are we looking at right now? So this is a San Francisco Police Department crime data map that I created through Google Maps. This is actual crime data from that logs actual crimes, violent crimes, just violent crimes that have occurred since 2023. Um, uh, so I also wanted to mention that all the forms previously for the sign up and all that, I did create an account on FormSpark, so that is where all the information and how all the forms were created. But so all this is based on real SFPD crime data. How it worked was I downloaded a CSV file, the data set from the SFPD open source data website, downloaded that and loaded that into a Google Docs, sorry, pardon me, a Google Maps uh, map. And I used it by latitude and longitude, and it plotted all of the points on the screen. So plotted everything since it's occurred in 2023. I felt that 3 years is a good amount of time to determine trends and to see which streets really have violent crime or not. Uh, so uh, how did I do this also? So Google Maps, I had APIs that I used. I embedded the API, the backbone for the whole thing. Uh, base map, crime visualization, the route drawing. I enabled four different APIs in Google Cloud Console using JavaScript, uh, the JavaScript API, geocoding API, direction API, map embed API, which allowed the interactive map and the geocoding of the addresses and directions and a cyan path. And I will display that shortly. I created a Google API key that is required for the Google Map features. Uh, I used publicly available data from SFPD. I had a Google Cloud Console, as I said. And all the code and most of the code from the website I did embed from it's JavaScript. I did have help from AI. I believe I use an AI called Grok AI uh, to help with the coding, and that is what I used to create the map. Uh, so basically, though, uh, how this works, let me show you. So if you put in a starting 25, I'll put in a random address out in the, I believe that's the Parkside district. I will say let's do a 8 mile run, and I will generate a safe route from a location. Another map occurs. I did an 8 mile run. A map did occur. Now there are some errors with the map, but it does generate a map that avoids those violent crimes that are plotted, the red dots, and does create a route that keeps you on safe streets that have low crime. And it actually routes through the major parks of San Francisco, Golden Gate Park, Presidio, etc., that have no violent crime. And the problem was actually is that the Google Maps unfortunately would not allow the placing of all of the crime data into it. So I have this above as an MVP just for reference. This does show all accurate crime. This down below, the actual route generator, the only way it was able to work was I had the AI that I was using, Grok AI, reroute the routes through the only areas that have no violent crime, which are the major parks. So what it does is it takes the quickest way to get there and the lowest crime way, for example, 19th Avenue. It does use low crime areas, but it's not purely based on violent crime. So it uses the park data. So about actually what it does, uh, uh, yes, it looks for parks near the start, throws out any park that has even one crime within it. So those parks have zero violent crimes, uh, looks for parks near the starts and routes towards that. So unfortunately, with this MVP, I was unable to successfully create a working prototype that used all the crime data to avoid every violent street. After doing research, that would have been not feasible for an MVP. I went through countless attempts, tried every which way, uh, used the AI, did many different coding, countless different coding attempts. Unfortunately, none of it worked. So this is the best I could do after much attempts and many weeks of trying. This was the best, but it does work, it does function, and it does keep us on fairly safe and routes us towards safe areas. So the idea is there. So yes, um, this is my final product, and I thank you.